Okay, I'm back again with a quick review. This time on the Nitecore EZAAR5. What this is a really lightweight and powerful 1AA flashlight. Produces a full 160 lumens via its Cree XPG R5 LED, hence the name R5 at the end of the AA name. It's a really neat little light. I've been using it for the past month, and that's going to be thanks to Sysmax Industry Trading Company, which sent me this unit for review. They are the parent company of Nitecore as well as Jet Beam Flashlight, so I want to go ahead and thank them for doing that. I really do appreciate it. As for some of the specs of this light, because you can see it's pretty small just compared to my hand, it has a length of 85 millimeters. And for those of you who live in the US like I do, that's going to equal 3.3 inches. Comparing it to my index finger, it is actually slightly shorter than my index finger and almost as thick. It's actually a little bit thinner than my index finger, has less girth. As for the diameter, that's going to be 17 millimeters or 0.67 inches. And for the weight, it's going to weigh 23 grams or 0.81 ounces, which is amazingly a little bit less than the actual battery that powers it. So without the battery, it actually weighs less than one AA battery, which is just amazing. So again, some of the extra features, the Cree XPG R5. What I like about it is that it's a little bit more efficient than the previous LED, which was in this light, which gives it the ability to produce the high amount of lumens, but with the same battery cell, so you don't get any less battery life. You get about the same battery life as the previous unit, and also it's more efficient in producing the power, so it doesn't produce as much heat, so you have very good thermal management, even though this light is pretty powerful. Some additional features, it has an IPX-8 rating for its waterproof ability, meaning you can take this down to 1.5 meters for about 30 minutes and it will resist the water. What that's going to mean is if you have this as an EDC light, it's a rainy night, this happens to slip out of your hands and falls into a puddle, it won't destroy the light, because all of these 1AA lights tend to have a lot of electronics in them, as this does, for different things like the UI. Because this is a twistable light, even though it has an adjustable light output, it does so via electronics. It's also fully regulated, meaning you can use a variety of different battery technologies in here. You can use regular alkalines, the nickel cadmium, nickel metal hydride, disposable lithiums like the Energizer Ultimate Lithium batteries, and also the 14500 rechargeable 3.6 volt lithium ion battery. So it's fully regulated to handle the different technologies. It won't damage the LEDs or electronics within. So looking up front here, we have an impact resistant optical grade glass lens. This is not plastic, so it's going to be a little bit more resistive to scratching. It also has an anti-reflective coating, so it's going to be more efficient with the light output. Looking in the reflector, you can see it has sort of this orange peel texture, if my camera will focus. Okay, well, you can sort of see it. It has sort of this orange peel construction to it, which allows it to produce an even area light. So this is going to have more of a flood beam than a spot beam, although on camera, if I turn this on, it's going to appear to be somewhat of a spotlight, but using this outdoors, I have inserted a clip, it does produce more of a area light, and it produces that light out to an average of about 50 feet. The official throw distance is going to be 130 meters, which I think equals 426 feet. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. It's going to be able to probably illuminate a reflective object out to that distance, but you really won't want to use this any more than 50 feet. So if you have to throw further than that, you might want to check out a different light. But for my usage, using this as something I can keep in my pocket in case the car breaks down on the side of the road or any other type of emergency, using it out to 50 feet is going to be more than powerful enough. And then the 160 lumens just lights up the entire area, much like a full-size flashlight would. So as far as what I've been doing the past month with this light, I've been carrying it in my pocket with the cell phone, also with the keys occasionally, and it held up pretty well. It doesn't have a scratch on it yet, and that's going to be due to it having a Type 3 hard anodized aluminum coating. It's military spec, which is going to mean it's very resistant to scratching. Again, holding it in my pocket with the keys, the cell phone, I'm just going over it, and you can see there's not a single scratch on this, and I've examined it off camera to see if I could find one. I still can't find one yet, or a chip in the coating. Nothing at all. It still has a perfect exterior after a month of use. You'll also notice it has knurling on both the head as well as the main body. It's pretty nice knurling. It's not too aggressive, so that means it's not going to rub your skin off or rub the material inside of your pocket off, while still providing pretty good grip. So I like the knurling a lot. Allows you to get a pretty good grip on it for operation. As far as anything else on the exterior, the only other thing I can mention is the tail section here. This is, again, a twist operation light, so there's no button. So all you have back here is a place for a lanyard, as well as a little section there coned off so that this tail stand can be used as a candle. It has a low output of 6 lumens, so that's going to be for 32 hours. So using this as an emergency device, something like a lantern, you can use this in an emergency and just use one AA battery for 32 hours, which is pretty neat. So let me go ahead and open this unit and hurry up and end this review, because I know the memory on my camera is going out. The hard anodized coating that I mentioned earlier extends all the way to the thread, so the threads are going to be protected over time. So that means you won't have to lubricate them as much. It also has an O-ring here, which gives it, the IPX8 waterproofability rating, and it does come with a spare one in case this one does wear out. Looking down the battery tube, we have just a spring, so that's pretty much it. On the tail section, all of the important stuff is going to be held here in the head. You can see it has a small circuit board, which uses high quality brass contacts to connect to the battery. It's going to give you better electricity flow, as well as better reliability. Inside of the head, besides the LED, it's going to be a heat sink, so this can transfer the heat down through the battery tube instead of overheating the LED, which I like. Really important in a flashlight of this size. It also has a DC to DC converter, taking the 1.5 volts and using usable voltage for the LED, or 3.6 volts, depends on which battery you use. And it also regulates the current coming off the battery, so the LED is fully protected both thermally and electronically. So let me go ahead and go through the lighting mode and quickly end this video, so I'm not going over 10 minutes. Starting out, we just start out in the low mode, and it ramps up all the way from 6 lumens to 160 lumens. And the way you get it to ramp is you simply turn it on, and you turn it off and on within 1 second. So twist off, twist on, and it will ramp through the different modes, giving you anywhere from 6 to 160 lumens. And the nice thing is you can stop at any point, and it will lock you in that setting, and it will save it actually in the device's memory. So if I take the battery out, I've left this on the nightstand overnight and put the battery back in it, and it still retained the setting I set it to. So it's pretty nice there. So pretty nice light. Again, I've been using it for the past month. As far as negatives, I only have one negative thing to say about it, and that's going to be the tail stand feature. It has this little section cut off here so you can attach the lanyard, making it a little unstable. But that's the only issue. As far as everything else is perfect. The light output is perfect. The battery life is pretty good, right around an hour and a half with the cells I've been using in this. and that's going to be at the full brightness, 160 lumens. The thermal management is excellent. It gets a little warm. All of these aluminum powerful 1AA lights will, but it has never overheated on me, and I've thrown hours of operation at it, going from one battery to the next just to see if it would overheat, and it performed flawlessly. As far as the price, this is going to carry a somewhat premium price of about $50 to $60, but it is more than worth it. I've seen much more expensive lights like my LED Lenser P5 here, which costs well over $100, which only produces 105 lumens and actually has less battery life. And as you can see, it's actually a lot bigger than the Nitecore, even though it uses 1AA light, 1AA battery as the Nitecore does. So again, I would definitely recommend this light. I will have links to the Amazon page as well as to Nitecore's website for it. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.